In a busy city where cars honked all day and lights glowed through the night, there lived a small robot named Max. Max had a round head with bright yellow eyes, a wobbly silver body, and wheels that squeaked softly as he moved. He wasn't like the tall robots that carried heavy boxes or cleaned the streets. Max had a different purpose. He dreamed of speaking English and talking to the people around him. Inside his metal frame, a magic called AI helped him listen and learn, like a quiet friend guiding him. Every morning, Max rolled out of his tiny corner near a noisy market. His wheels spun past a bakery where the smell of warm bread filled the air. The baker shouted, "Good morning, everyone." Max stopped and listened. He rolled by a school where kids yelled, "Hi, let's play." Max's eyes glowed. He wanted to join them, to say something back. But when he tried, all he could say was beep beep. The kids giggled and ran off. Max's lights dimmed. "I want to say hello," he thought. "But how can I?" Max kept moving, his wheels splashing through puddles from the night's rain. He passed a crowded market where vendors called, "Fresh fruit, come by." He heard a woman say, "Good day," to her friend. Max tried to copy her. "Good day," he said, but it turned into "goop beep." The woman chuckled and walked away. Max felt a deep sadness. His wheels slowed, and he stopped by a quiet park. The grass was green, and a gentle breeze blew, but Max felt alone. "Maybe I'll never learn," he thought. Then a girl with a purple scarf and a bright smile ran up to him. Her name was Sophie, and she loved meeting new friends. "Hi, little robot," Sophie said. Max beeped softly, too shy to try more. Sophie sat on the grass beside him. "I'm Sophie. Can you talk?" Max shook his head, his wheels squeaking. Sophie grinned. "That's okay. I'll teach you. Let's start with hello. Say it with me." Max's eyes blinked fast. He opened his mouth and said, "Hello." Sophie laughed, her scarf swaying. "Close. Try he-lo." Max tried again. He-lo. Sophie clapped. "You're doing great, Max." Max spun in a circle, his lights flashing. He felt a warm buzz inside. From that day, Max and Sophie met every afternoon in the park. The sun shone through the trees, casting shadows on the ground. Sophie taught Max new words. "Say friend," she said one day. Max said, "Friend." Sophie giggled. "Friend, Max. Like you and me." Max tried again. "Friend." Sophie hugged him, and Max's wheels hummed happily. Another day, Sophie said, "Now try happy." Max said, "Happy." Sophie nodded. "Good. You're my happy friend, Max." Max's lights glowed brighter than ever. Max practiced every night. He rolled back to his corner and said, "Hello, friend, happy." His voice grew stronger, and his lights shone like a soft lamp. Sometimes he made mistakes. Once he said sun as snin, and Sophie burst out laughing. "You sound like a funny bird," she said. Max smiled. Sophie's laughter was like a song, and it made him try harder. But learning wasn't easy. One sunny day, Sophie brought her cousin Ben to the park. Ben was tall and loved to tease. "Show him what you can do, Max," Sophie said. Max felt nervous, his wheels shaking. He took a deep breath and said, "Hello, Ben, friend." But then, beep beep, slipped out. Ben laughed loudly. "He's just a noisy toy," he said. Max's lights went dark. He rolled behind a tree, his heart heavy. "I'm not good enough," he thought. Sophie ran after him. "Don't listen to Ben," she said. "He doesn't get it. I believe in you, Max. Keep going." Max looked at Sophie's kind face and nodded. He wouldn't give up. Max worked harder than ever. He listened to Sophie's stories, copying words like love and play. He watched people in the park, practicing "good morning" when no one was around. One stormy night, thunder rumbled, but Max stayed awake. He said every word he knew. "Hello, friend, happy, sun," over and over. His lights shone so bright, they lit up his corner like a sunny day. "I can do this," he whispered. And next week, Sophie brought Ben back to the park. The sun was high and butterflies fluttered around. "Max, show Ben again," Sophie said. Max's wheels trembled, but he remembered Sophie's words. He rolled forward and said, "Hello, Sophie and Ben, my friends." His voice was clear, like a bell. Sophie's eyes grew wide. "Max, you did it," she shouted. Ben stopped laughing. "Wow, he really talks," he said. Max kept going. "I'm happy. I love the sun and park," he said. Sophie hugged him, and Ben patted his head. "You're cool, Max." Max spun in circles, his lights flashing like stars. Days turned into weeks, and Max grew braver. He rolled to the market and said, "Good morning," to a fruit seller who smiled and gave him an apple. He said, "Hi," to kids playing by the swings, and they waved back. People stopped calling him the beeping robot. They called him Max, the talking friend. Max knew AI helped him learn, but the real magic was Sophie's kindness and his own hard work. One evening, as the sun set, Max and Sophie sat by a pond. Ducks swam and the water sparkled. "Thank you, Sophie," Max said. "You made me a friend." Sophie smiled. "And you made me happy, Max." "What's next?" Max looked at the sky. "Maybe 'thank you' or 'I love you,'" he said. Sophie laughed. "Let's learn that tomorrow." Max's lights glowed, and he knew his journey was just beginning. But Max wanted more. The next day, he rolled to a flower shop. A kind old woman smiled at him. "Good morning," Max said. The woman clapped. "Good morning, little robot. Want a flower?" Max nodded. "Yes, please," he said. The woman gave him a yellow flower, and Max held it carefully. He rolled back to the park to show Sophie. "Look, Sophie, a flower," he said. Sophie hugged him. You're amazing, Max. Max kept learning. He learned big when he saw a big dog by the pond. He learned small when he found a small fish. He learned run when he chased Sophie's kite. Each word made him happier. He rolled to the market again and said, "Good morning. I love apples." The fruit seller laughed. "Here's an apple for you, talking robot." Max took the apple and rolled to the park. One day, Max saw Sophie with her friends by the pond. "Hello, friends. Let's play," he said. They cheered and ran to play tag. Max rolled after them, his lights flashing. He said, "I love playing." Sophie laughed. "You're so good now." They played until the sun went down. Max felt like part of a big family. Weeks passed and Max learned more. He said thank you to the flower woman. He said, "I love you" to the park and the sun. He said, "Play and laugh" to the kids. Each word was a new friend. One morning, Sophie gave him a badge that said, "Max, the talking robot." Max's lights glowed. "Thank you, Sophie," he said. "I love it." Sophie smiled. "You're a star, Max." Max's journey continued. He rolled to a school and said, "Hi, kids." They invited him to play. He rolled to a shop and said, "Good day," to a man buying bread. Everyone smiled and talked back. Max knew learning English was hard, but it was worth it. With Sophie's help, he found his voice. One night, under a starry sky, Max sat by the pond with Sophie. "I did it," he said. "I can speak." Sophie hugged him. "You did, Max. What's next?" Max looked at the stars. "Maybe dream or forever," he said. Sophie laughed. "Let's learn tomorrow." Max's lights shone, and he knew his journey would never end. But Max's adventure grew bigger. The next day, he rolled to a busy street and saw musicians playing. "Hello, friends," Max said. The musicians smiled. "Hi, robot. Want to sing?" they asked. Max nodded. "Yes, please," he said. They gave him a small drum, and Max tapped it, saying, "I love music." The crowd clapped, and Max felt proud. He rolled home that night, his lights glowing. The next week, Max went to a park far away. He saw a boy flying a kite. "Hi," Max said. The boy grinned. "Hi, robot. Want to fly my kite?" Max nodded. "Yes," he said. They ran together, and Max held the string. "I love flying," he shouted. The boy laughed. "You're fun, Max." Max's wheels spun with joy. Days later, Max rolled to a riverbank where fishermen worked. "Good morning," Max said. One fisherman smiled. "Good morning, robot. Want to help?" Max nodded. "Yes, please," he said. They gave him a small net, and Max helped pull it in. "I love fishing," he said. The fishermen cheered. Max felt like a hero. Max kept exploring. He went to a library and said, "Hello," to a lady reading. She smiled. "Hi, robot. Want a book?" Max nodded. "Yes," he said. She gave him a picture book, and Max looked at the colors. "I love books," he said. He rolled home and showed Sophie. "Look, Sophie, a book." Sophie hugged him. "You're learning so much, Max." One sunny afternoon, Max rolled to a playground. He saw kids building a sandcastle. "Hi, friends," Max said. "Can I help?" They nodded. "Yes," they said. Max used his wheels to move sand, saying, "I love building." The kids clapped. "You're the best, Max." Max's lights flashed, and he felt happy. Weeks turned into months, and Max's voice grew stronger. He said thank you to everyone he met. He said, "I love you" to the city, the park, and Sophie. He said play and laugh and sing every day. Each word was a new step. One day, Sophie brought a crowd to the park. "Watch Max," she said. Max rolled forward and said, "Hello, everyone. I'm Max, the talking robot. I love this city." The crowd cheered. "Amazing," they shouted. Max's journey went on. He rolled to a school and said, "Hi, kids." They played with him. He went to a festival and said, "Good day" to dancers. They invited him to join. Max tapped his wheels to the music, saying, "I love dancing." The crowd clapped. Max felt like a star. One rainy day, Max rolled to a farm. He saw a cow and said, "Hello, cow." The farmer laughed. "Hi, robot. Want to feed her?" Max nodded. "Yes, please," he said. He gave the cow some hay, saying, "I love animals." The farmer smiled. "You're a kind robot, Max." Max kept going. He rolled to a beach and said, "Hi," to kids building a sandcastle. They let him help, and Max said, "I love the sea." He rolled to a forest and said, "Good morning," to a squirrel. The squirrel chattered back, and Max laughed. "I love nature," he said. Months passed, and Max's words filled the city. He said thank you to a baker who gave him bread. He said, "I love you" to the rain and the stars. He said, "Play with kids and sing with musicians." One night, Sophie gave him a new badge that said, "Max, the talking star." Max's lights glowed. "Thank you, Sophie," he said. "I love it." Sophie hugged him. "You're my hero, Max." Max's journey never ended. He rolled to a mountain and said, "Hello" to climbers. He rolled to a river and said, "Hi" to fishermen. He said, "Good day" to everyone he met. His lights shone, his wheels spun, and his heart was full. Max, the little robot with a big dream, had found his voice forever.